What I want people to understand about climate change is that carbon dioxide doesn't just affect the atmosphere, it affects the oceans. And we can expect to see major changes in marine life from the smallest organisms all the way up the food web to humans that rely on the oceans for food and livelihoods.
Our agriculture and our cities and our industry were all built in the climate of the past, and that's what they're designed for. And that means that the more climate changes, the more difficult and the more expensive it's going to be to keep using those systems effectively into the future.
So what everyone should know about climate change is that all the gloom and doom people predict isn't inevitable, that what we decide to do today will affect the future.
What everyone needs to know about climate change is that it's not just about a 2 to 4 degree rise in temperature. It's about changes in where it rains and where it doesn't rain. It's about changes in how many droughts, floods, and heat waves we get. And these are things that at best maybe make life uncomfortable for us, but at worst, they can be pretty deadly.
Climate change is real and it's affecting everyone across the globe. It affects poor farmers in that is depriving them of the moisture requirements for crop production. And in the wealthy nations, everyone is also confronted with extreme climatic events.
What I want everyone to know about climate change is that the planet is a big piece of rock and it will be fine. But the atmosphere and biodiversity and life as we know it will be completely different.
There are two things that people need to know about climate change. The first is that scientists don't disagree on the big things, that climate change is happening and that it's caused by humans. The second is that the vast majority of people around you, the people that you know in your life, think that climate change is happening and they want something done about it.
I think everyone should know climate change costs money. It can create natural hazard and lead to economic damages on roads, buildings, and private properties, and everyone is going to pay for it.
What everybody needs to know about climate change is that there will be increasing water stress in many regions around the world, and that will also affect global food security.
I want everybody to know that climate change does not just impact the climate system, but all other world systems. The water system, economic system, trade system, social systems, so it's a dramatic change with far-reaching implications.
What we must understand about climate change is that impacts such as sea level rise and intense hurricanes will endanger the lives and cultures of people who did nothing to create the problem.
What I want everybody to know about climate change is that while it's a big problem, it's a problem that we can fix. We have the know-how in terms of technology and policy solutions. It's just a matter of deciding collectively as a society whether or not we want to address this problem.
I wish that everybody knew that the changes we're making to the climate system today are going to impact the planet for hundreds to thousands of years. And so the decisions that we make today are impacting the planet that our children will inherit, and their children for many generations.
What everybody needs to know about climate change is that it is a risk for our agriculture, the livelihood in many regions of the world, and our economies as a whole. But we can do something about it.
I think everyone should know that even without large-scale global climate policy, that there's a lot that we can do as individuals and as communities to reduce the risks posed by global warming.
Climate change is real and it is happening, but no need to panic. It is just a world wine in a new bottle. Instead, let us all join together and combat climate change and make this planet Earth a better place for the next generation to live.